Hello guys and welcome. In this video we're gonna discuss the state of MOBA industry, esports and sports in general. Now maybe you guys seen or haven't seen, but there have been a lot of very interesting videos lately when it comes to SMITE community and MOBA industry in special. But before we dive into that, we have to understand what capitalism is. Do you guys care to know what capitalism is based on? It's based on illusion. How long can you keep up the illusion? That's why bots and promotional accounts go so well with capitalism. And you know, capitalism was never designed to be a long-term environment. It was just a short-term environment based on illusion, right? And lately, I have been really feeling like that capitalism has been slowly destroying everything we love, from sports, esports to content creation, right? Because capitalism is a short-term environment that rewards cheaters and manipulators. And that is true like any popular content creator. Do you guys remember back in the days when you saw a big content creator and you were like, whoa, what a cool guy, right? But today it's just like, oh yeah, just another guy who manipulates algorithm on YouTube, pretty much destroying the whole platform in the long run and making it so that 90% of other content creators get no views anymore. That's the reality, right? Honestly, you can go to any MrBeast video and realize how broken this platform has become, when 70% of his comments are just bots and fake promotional accounts, you know? Meanwhile, real content creators are quitting on a daily basis. They have no chance anymore, right? Because YouTube care more about the perceived popularity than their own content creators, their own platform. They let everybody manipulate algorithm however they want, pretty much destroy the whole platform in the process. It's insane, you know? That's why nobody trusts capitalism guys anymore. You have one job and you're not doing that properly, right? Yeah, if you wanna get pissed off, just go to SMITE Reddit, you know? One of the most mismanaged Reddit in the history of Reddit, right? They implemented -50 negative karma, so any unpopular opinion get immediately downvoted, and once you get negative karma, you can't even post anymore. It's wonderful, it really is, right? And this is supposed to be a MOBA game, yet nobody knows what MOBA even is anymore. Neither does Wolf, neither does Riot, Deadlock, Paragon. These games are not even MOBAs, because the fact that they only have one map goes totally against the essence of the genre itself. It's insane. But what's actually really funny is that nobody has any real understanding anymore. And this is why I hate capitalism. It really promotes, clueless people, and nobody has any real understanding of the genre anymore. And how can they have, right? They were never really part of this thing, our thing, you know. For example, is there a reason why most MOBAs only use a single map? If you guys didn't know, MOBA stands for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. It's one of the biggest genre of games out there. And what is actually very ironic is that the whole point of MOBA industry, MOBA genre, is pretty much a fight of characters on millions and millions of different fan community made maps. So we have the question here, why do most MOBAs only have a single map? Because most MOBA studios and most communities have no real understanding what MOBA even is, right?
Is this is the time of year when almost all of the big highly anticipated releases drop, right?
You know, people always say, yeah, but capitalism rewards passion and skill and dedication. But that hasn't been true for years. They don't even know how to organize real sports anymore. Real content creators are quitting daily because they have no chance anymore, because they're not just competing against other content creators but also bots and promotional accounts. But they will never fix it because, again, capitalism is based on illusion. You have to keep up the illusion. They have to keep up the illusion they're the most popular platform, alright? That's why they will never fix it. But they don't really realize how this is literally killing the whole platform in the long run. And it's same with esports, right? For example, SMITE Studio, Hi-Res, they were making $300 million a year. You know? They had so much support of the community, you know? But when the money goes, because it's a short-term environment, you really start to realize the cracks. And these guys, they never adopt. They all live in a bubble, right? And then you have these big content creators now acting like they are special when they have been living in the bubble their whole life, right? They made their careers by calling themselves world champions even though they never really were. Even though it was not really their fault, it was the company fault because they don't know how to organize real sports anymore. You know, they use bots and promotional accounts for comments for years, you know, for years, literally years, you know. And, you know, did you guys watch this video called Open Letter to Hi-Res Studios? It was made by one of the biggest content creator in the SMITE community at the moment. And even though at one point that was DM Brandon, but they destroyed his career with lies and, you know, like... It's just that I feel like it's hard to explain everything, right? But I just feel like a lot of these guys pretty much just live in a bubble, right? They don't do their job properly, and then the whole community suffers. And yeah, that has been happening for years, you know. And then, you know, there are a lot of different topics made up, even though SMITE Reddit is in a really bad state because of the bad moderation. But there is a guy who's been asking, you know, why most MOBAs only use one map. And it's a very good question, because having only one map goes totally against the essence of the genre, of the industry, right? And the answer is simple, because nobody understands what MOBA even is, right? You have guys like League of Legends, Dota 2, Deadlock, Wolf, predecessor, who pretty much stole the idea, capitalized the market, right? And divided our community for last 10 years, right? Why is this a problem? Because then they ignore like up to 70% of their actual player base. They only give Conquest like a Dota ranked infrastructure, and then they wonder why their game is dying, right? And that's just one example, right? And then I saw this video, you know, Open Letter to SMITE, saying how important content creators are, big content creators are. Who are these guys kidding? We small content creators never got anything. We have to compete against bots, guys, cheaters, manipulators, you know. I made like SMITE videos for 7 years. I know they're not the best, but man, we barely got anything. And then those guys who cheat their way to the top, they call themselves pros, they call themselves world champions, they use bots to manipulate algorithm and pretty much making it so that 90% of other SMITE content creators barely get any views. And then this guy are here talking how big content creators is why, how to keep the game alive. No, we have been focusing way too much on big content creators. In fact, we should be hating big content creators because they destroy the whole content creation and esports platforms in the long run, right? But nobody wanna talk about that, you know. And at the end of the day, it really comes down to the fail of the company. If the company will do things right, organize real rankings for most people, leaderboards, rewards, online tournaments, nobody will be complaining, you know. How can you work in a multi-billion-dollar MOBA studio and you don't even know what MOBA is? You don't know how to organize real sports? What are you even doing, right? And then somebody asked in these videos, right, why don't we have leaderboard rank infrastructure for Arena or Joust, you know? Arena is easily the most popular game mode in SMITE. And there is always some bullshit. Oh, baby, only Dota is competitive and there is no real fight. You know, it's like all these guys, you know, like this guy, he's played Smite for 10 years, yet he doesn't even know how Arena is designed. It's like, holy fuck, how clueless are these guys. And this is what happens when you only reward guys who only care about their bottom lines, you know? Yeah, like, this is what I really hate. A lot of these guys cheated their way to the top, right? Made a lot of money in the process. But they never really fought for our community. They never really try to, you know, bring us together, express what matters, you know? They keep on dividing our community on every corner and then they have the balls to say they are important. When they were actually the one who pretty much destroyed everything in the process because they only cared about money, you know? Like, holy shit, eh? Like, who are these guys kidding, you know? And it's really sad that after like 10-15 years, nobody even understands what the industry is all about. No wonder it's went to shit, you know? These guys were literally making $300 million a year. $300 million. And now they have like 5,000 concurrent players on Steam, right? This is what capitalism is. It just rewards clueless deals and guys acting like they know it all, but they were actually the reason why the platform is so broken, you know? Like, holy shit. Like, look at this post. Like, nobody even know what MOBA is. This guy asks why do most MOBA only have one map, which goes totally against the essence of the genre, and nobody knows. And this is a SMITE forum. This is what those big companies cost. People don't realize that they have been dividing us for years. You know, maybe you guys think this isn't relevant to anything, but if any other business in the world were to ignore up to 70% of their actual player base, they will go out of business years ago. You know? And this is what happens, right? This is what happens if you go Steam charts. Let's check the Steam charts. 2 most played games, Counter-Strike and Dota 2, both Wolf games, both stolen ideas. How can you expect a multi-billion-dollar company who literally stole idea from the community that they will have any real understanding of anything, right? And then a lot of MOBA studios, they try to, you know, copy guys like Dota 2, League of Legends, thinking they will get the same success, but they never did. In fact, they did the opposite. They went to shit at the moment we try to copy them, because they don't realize these guys are not popular because they know how to make good games or they have understanding of the game or the genre. No, it's simply because they stole the idea, they monopolized the market, they use bots to fake the stats, right? Just like whole YouTube is now went to shit because YouTube just let anybody manipulate algorithm. There is no ID verification. Anybody can use hundreds of promotional accounts, you know. Let's just check this MrBeast video, you know. It's a typical example, MrBeast. And let's check how many of these are actual humans, okay?
Would you risk pretty life for $500,000?
Oh my god. I'm just gonna open all these accounts here with thousands of upvotes. And let's check their creation date. You see only 1-year-old account. This is fake. You have this guy here with 1 million subscribers, with 70 videos. He's abusing Vertify tag, right? But he's look at this. I mean, he got some back in the days, but man, like now he has 1 million subscribers and he's getting 10,000 views on a short, you know. Next, another 3-4 year fake promotional account, another 3 year promotional account. You see, 5 out of 7 accounts I checked are just fake bot promotional accounts. So 5 of 7 comments you see here are just fake bots, right? This is what capitalism is. It rewards cheaters and manipulators, you know. And then these guys say, you know, big content creators are the one who lead the market. No, they're not. In fact, they're just literally known cheaters and manipulators who have been manipulating YouTube algorithm for years for money. They don't care anything about them just making money. And they are also making it so that 90% of other content creators barely get any views anymore and are quitting on a daily basis. And then they say, wow, content creators are those who lead. I mean, that was true a few years ago, yeah. Until capitalism and everybody started trying to make money by cheating here, you know, and destroying YouTube algorithm in the process, right? I mean, I like watch content creators, you know, but most real content creators have been neglected, barely got any attention. We just got some hateful comments, that's it, you know. We have 0 tournaments. We don't even have basic ranked infrastructure outside of outdated Dota conquest. And it's actually really ironic. You know, when you go to SMITE, fucking SMITE forum, right? SMITE Reddit. And they always, somebody mention ranked scene for arena. They always say it's not competitive and blah 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 blah, and they don't even understand how arena works. But what's even more ironic is that Dota, who are they balancing the whole game around, was never even designed to be a competitive game mode in the first place. They trash, they divide, they talk shit about anybody else. They balance the whole game around Dota, which was never even designed to be a competitive game mode. Right? It was just a fun map with OP characters, snowballing and secret recipes. It was never even the origins of the MOBA genre. Dota, aka Conquest, aka Defense of the Asians, was just one of millions of maps made for MOBA genre. And apparently after 15 years, these guys don't even understand the origins of their own genre. And that's why the game went to shit. Because we have been ignoring everybody else. And this is why nobody likes capitalism anymore. It just rewards these clueless douchebags that only cared about money. And now they're gonna pretend like they did anything ever, you know? When all they did was divide the community for last 7 years, you know? And remove content from the game. That's all they did. And now they're losing money because the game nobody ever plays the game anymore. Because the devs have no clue how to do their basic stuff, right? And now they're making videos, now they're losing money, yeah, now we are here, yeah, to save you, yeah, fuck you, man. Like, they handpick the same 10 guys every year and call it a pro league. You know, they use bots on social media. They literally made their careers by calling themselves world champions, even though there never was. Literally any popular SMITE content creator made his career like that. You know, and now they're making videos like community letter to Hires, right? Tell me what they did for us, for our community last 7 years. You know, and then somebody like, this is Weekend, right? SMITE, most popular content creator, and somebody asked in his video why we have no ranked arena.
For Silk Song, we're both
literally the most backed for future. The community has been asking for 7 years to give us a basic leaderboard for arena. You know, arena is easily the most popular game mode in SMITE, even though Harris did everything in their power to make sure that will never happen. We have no leaderboard, no rewards, no online tournaments. Community, you literally got IP banned on SMITE Reddit if you just mention ranked arena. That's how divided we were. Because the company took away ranked leaderboard and rewards from arena and joust. because they thought, yeah, we only that splits the player base, we only have to have one ranked, right? And since then the game went to shit, right? Because let's be honest, Dota is boring. It was never even designed to be competitive game mode. Anybody that played Dota 20 years ago knows that, but clearly this guy, nobody did. No, they work in a multi-billion-dollar MOBA studio, they don't even know the origins of their own genre. That's why I hate capitalism. It rewards clueless people who have no understanding. They only care about money, you know? Now this guy makes video talking about this problem, that. He never did that before. Now that he's not making money anymore, now he makes these videos, right? And he still, you know, I mean, maybe I'm overreacting, but man, where is that comment? I wanna find that arena comment. Like this, for example, the most have future. Make arena ranked and professional. Why isn't there a ranked arena? Why we don't? It's a competitive genre of games. We don't even have basic leaderboard for arena, the most popular game mode, right? And his answer is because ranked arena is no fighting until the last 5 ticket. That's a horrible idea. Once you start playing good in arena, nobody wants to fight, and it's the most boring game mode. Like, look at these clueless guys. You see, these big content creators are not healthy for the game, right? People that actually have good opinions, unpopular opinions. We all got banned. I'm banned on SMITE Reddit. I can't
For
even,
Silk Song, we're both top 5.
I can't even comment under weekend video because of course he banned me, right? And then he has the balls to talk about how he's really important in this community when he does the same shit he does, right? And then somebody asks why we don't have basic leaderboard for arena. And these guys, they play SMITE for 10 years, they don't even know how the game mode is fucking designed, right? This is where we are. This is what happens when you reward clueless capitalism guys who cheated their way to the top, right? This guy is supposed to be community representative, big content creator. How did he got so big even? When he's so fucking clueless, right? Like, this is really pissing me off. They're saying, wow, we are so important for the game community, we be content creators, when all they have doing is taking shit on our community for last 5-7 years, you know? Look at this, because ranked arena is no fighting until the last 5 tickets. This guy has no idea what he's talking about. No fucking idea, because he never, clearly he never took it seriously, he never learned it, he doesn't know the rules, you know, and it's called last 10 ticket system, and only when you have 10 tickets and enemy has 50 tickets, you're losing 1 ticket per wave, they're still losing 7 tickets per wave. So only in the last 10 tickets you need to play more safe, so you have the same tickets. And if you play, if you don't, you literally have to fight in order to get value. Like, I mean, these are conquest players, right? They think they are hot shit when their own game mode is fucking outdated and was never in designed for competitive play in the first place. So, a guy who lives in the bubble his whole life, so how can you expect more, you know? Once you start playing good opponents in arena, nobody wants to fight. It's the most boring game mode. This is really pissing me off, because we have put so much love, so much effort into trying to make SMITE and arena something more, and all the community and devs did were shit on our love for last 7 years, right? These guys never clearly never play it seriously. The only thing they're making is making joke statements, right? They don't know what MOBA is, they don't know how Arena is designed, and they were part of the community, what, 7-10 years? Holy shit, how clueless are all of these guys. That's why we should never make big contents popular. It just promotes these clueless people who are bringing our community down, dividing the community on every corner. And how can you expect when the devs do the same thing? How can you expect more, right? Oh, we're gonna stop split the community, so let's remove ranked arena, you know, let's remove ranked joust. Let's remove basic rank infrastructure for most popular game modes. That will definitely make people play the game more. Holy shit, these guys are all clueless. And then these guys are making so much money. Why are these guys making so much money, man? They're so fucking clueless. They have no understanding of anything. It's holy shit, man. This is why I hate capitalism again. Why this guy is making thousands of dollars each with his videos, and he's so fucking clueless and never does anything. Oh man. These guys are all such a disappointment. That's why I hate capitalism. It just rewards these clueless guys who divides our community. They never went the long way, right? They cheated their way to the top. They never learned anything. They have no understanding of anything. Just a rant, you know. Yesterday I saw these videos and I got this is a rant. I got pissed off, you know. All these guys who are preaching here are actually the reason why our community died. I mean, the biggest reason is probably the mismanagement of esports, wasting money on, because we have no idea how to organize real sports, when all you have to do is organize real rankings for most popular game modes, leaderboards and rewards, and online tournaments where anybody can join and prove himself. But you cannot trust these guys they don't have no idea how to organize sports. They have no idea about even the essence of their own industries, the genre, where everything came from. They clearly never played Warcraft 3 custom maps, right? They only do this shit for money. They never have real passion, real understanding. That's why I hate capitalism. It's just stupid. So what else can we talk about? I'm just sad because watching my favorite game die in front of my eyes. I put so much effort. I made like 3,000 SMITE videos. I did so much. I tried to do so much. All I got in return was bans and making fun of. And with the community we can only do so much. Guys, the devs are those who make the rules. We only follow rules. Community can only do so much. If the devs are clueless, if the devs love to divide the community, if these guys work in a MOBA studio and they have no idea what MOBA even is. Imagine that. That's the reality of capitalism, guys. They only care about getting paid and keeping up the fake illusion. That's all they do. But SMITE hasn't got good updates in literally 7 years now, you know? And they do some good things, right? New arena map is cool, but we still don't even have basic leaderboards for it. There is no rewards for playing the game, no online tournaments, what every competitive game out there has, you know? People are losing trust and fast, and there is no reason to. There is no community. There is no competitive spirit anymore. No Europe versus America. It's just. Oh man. I'm sorry, guys. This was a bit of a rant, but I don't know. I was always a fan of content creation and esports, and I just feel like capitalism has slowly destroyed everything, and franchising. And guys like Wolf and Riot who pretty much divided the whole MOBA industry, made joke out of esports, and T1 and League of Legends is the same thing, right? They have multi-billion-dollar companies. They don't even know the origins of their own genre, and then they expect us to trust them. They have no idea how to organize real sports anymore, right? It's like really sad, you know. I have been watching capitalism slowly destroying everything I love. Sports, esports, content creation. It's sad, it really is. You see, nobody has any real understanding anymore. You know, it's just money, right? It's just money. And this is where we are, you know, like, holy shit. Honestly, you can go to any MrBeast video and realize how broken this platform has become, when 70% of his comments are just bots and fake promotional accounts, you know? Meanwhile, real content creators are quitting on a daily basis. They have no chance anymore, right? Because YouTube care more about the perceived popularity than their own content creators, their own platform. They let everybody manipulate algorithm however they want, pretty much destroy the whole platform in the process. It's insane, you know? That's why nobody trusts capitalism guys anymore. You have one job and you're not doing that properly, right? Yeah, if you wanna get pissed off, just go to SMITE Reddit, you know? One of the most mismanaged Reddit in the history of Reddit, right? They implemented -50 negative karma, so any unpopular opinion get immediately downvoted, and once you get negative karma, you can't even post anymore. It's wonderful, it really is, right? And this is supposed to be a MOBA game, yet nobody knows what MOBA even is anymore. Neither does Wolf, neither does Riot, Deadlock, Paragon. These games are not even MOBAs, because the fact that they only have one map goes totally against the essence of the genre itself. It's insane.